How are we living, boys? Today I'm giving you an analytical approach to how high elo junglers are playing the game, but also high elo Briars. That means that we'll be going over jungle fundamentals that apply to every champ, but also Briar specifics from me. Now this Briar in particular has been over 800 LP Challenger, which is cracked, and multiple rank 1, so he knows what he's doing. Now every high elo jungler should have a good grasp on pathing, so take a moment and actually think about who you'd path to if you were this Briar. What are you thinking about your matchups, having Tristana and Nautilus versus Varus and Leona, having Rumble versus Mbessa, Katarina, Rise, so on? Where would you path to? And I'll give you a few seconds. Now there's two main options. One is better than the other though, so you could go 3 camp to top lane gank if you think that Rumble is going to tear up this lobby. Oftentimes Rumble against short range or melee comps is a very good champ. He can lay down his ult, get a ton of flame spitter damage, or the second and better option is actually path to your bot lane. Now why is that? Well, it's mostly just because if your bot lane gets to jump in with Nautilus Tristana onto Varus or even Leona, they will always kill. So you add a Briar on top of that, you guys get to point and click one person to completely dead, and now their 3v3 can't really play. Now there is a world where they outplay you, where your Nautilus hooks in and your Tristana doesn't jump in, and maybe Jax or something happens like that, but you can't always kind of plan around the worst case scenario. There's also the idea that you go top lane, try and kill Mbessa, and then she just flat out lives with all of her dashes and so on. So I think the less risky part of this is to actually go for a bot lane play, especially because your Tristana had took Cleanse. Cleanse is insane versus Leona. Now, as you can see, he places an early ward, and I love this ward because a lot of teams have been invading. Basically what they'll do is they'll run through mid lane, run up here, and then actually go for you as the jungler if they have engaged someone like Leona and so on, or Jax. So this is a really smart ward. He did it before 50 seconds. I think taking the recall here is fine because, like, sure, in a perfect world, what you do is you wait till 50 seconds, recall, drop the ward, get the max value out of it. But if you wanted to just get that ward to try and scout the invade, and then maybe your team can make a play on it, that's fine. So as you can see, this player is pathing bot lane. They agree to that, which is okay. Again, 3 camping to top is really good. And top lane snowball is the hardest. Like, getting 1 kill can often be the difference. But in Challenger, in higher rank lobbies, some players are going to play differently with 3 camps, and people like Mbessa that have good defensive and offensive options might often get away from that. But so do you notice what this Briar does is actually really smart. So what Jax likes to do in this matchup, for anyone that doesn't know, Jax likes to invade you level 1 with a late invade. So look what he does. He's sitting here waiting for the game to start, but also he checks this bush, because it's better to check this bush and find that Jax if he were to be there now rather than later, or top lane, just whatever it is. And you'll notice he actually didn't skill up a point until then too, just in case he had Tiggy. Very smart stuff going on here. Now it looks like he has PTA standard runes, so this should be 5 autos in a smite. Good. Really good. Smite at the last second for the extra execute damage on your W2. W1 is the dash, W2 is the execute. He's doing 2 autos, W2. There should be 3 autos here. So he has a perfect clear going, 3 autos onto the Gromp E. Start pulling the Gromp out of its den. And this is good. Now we can speed up through some of the clearing here because you just watched a full clear video. It is what it is. Walks out at 130, really good. Auto E, auto into W. Really, he hasn't messed up clear yet. As you can see, sometimes if enemy mid has pushed a lot, you are unable to, go for this wall jump into your Raptors, because then the minions would see you, and junglers you do not want to be seen for free at all. So obviously he's going to walk up to this one because the minions aren't there. Now take a moment and look at his lanes. Now looking at this Mbessa, you basically see that if he was here right now, he would have killed his wolves, walked all the way here. There's a ward down, it's a full health Mbessa, the wave isn't even good, and enemy Mbessa has spells and flash. So this gank would have been very badly, so luckily they didn't go there. But they're on Raptors now. They do, again, this person is clearing perfectly. They actually don't have smite since, okay, they don't have inspiration. You know what they have? They have domination secondary, because their smite wasn't up till their E. Looking like a perfect clear. Good. That's basically a 308 without cosmic, so really good. Doesn't miss anything. So what do you do now? So let's talk about the prio and the information that he has. So right now, he doesn't know where enemy jungler is. We do, because we're in Spectator. Right now, he has bot prio, and he has mid prio. That looks like a kill, by the way. Nice. So he is double prio. So what should he do? Should he go for a bot lane dive? Should he go maybe check for an invade? One thing that you can learn about Jack's jungle actually doesn't have a good full clear. He basically gets to Gromp at like 320. It's not that good. So let's see what he does. Now his bot lane hasn't fought yet, so he's looking good. He's pinging that he's going to this bush. And right here you have matchup knowledge, right? He knows that Jax has slow full clear and that he can take control of this bush. This bush is usually better for the red side player because he has easier access to it, and for the blue side player you have to use a lot to get here for free. So using that matchup knowledge, he clearly has a play, or at least has prio on the crab. Now, he has only seen Jax use his Q and W, so he doesn't know when Jax's E is up, so he needs to be, he needs to take the shot. So now Briar doesn't have smite, so he can't get that, so he just opts for the full charge E. W, W, auto W, and the buffer. Really good. So that right there, that was just matchup knowledge. His bot lane is solidly winning this 2v2. But yeah, so really good. Pathing pays off where, he pathed through the lane that would have prio. Good hook, by the way. So he pathed through the place that had prio, and then because of that, prio was able to make a play off of it. And you can see, had he just been topside, there's really nothing there to be doing. So he's rewarded for being smart. That's really good. Now, what do you do here? Junglers, what do you do here? Do you go to this top crab? Has Jax already done it? Have their laners done it? What is going on with this top crab? You should know this answer. You can know. Now, if you think about when he killed Jax, right? He killed Jax immediately after the blue buff died. And then Briar did a full crab, then recalled, now is walked here. So let's think about it. Once Jax died here, where would he go? He has nothing up, so Jax should be on this crab. Would you look at that? He is. So it's actually a waste of time for Briar to go for the crab. And there's an argument to go for the fight because you are up the kill gold. So as you can see, he spent 1,200 gold and Jax spent 700. If you were for sure that you'd win that fight, I say you could. But let's see what he does. So he walks over, just now gets vision of Jax, hits the scryer. He actually pings off of his top laner from the fight. So he actually doesn't want to fight the Jax with item advantage. He wants to play for farm with item advantage because he didn't go tunneler. Now, if Briar had gone tunneler, she could fight Jax on that crab. But something like Tiamat only really helps you farm faster. It's not the best skirmishing item. That's not crazy to say, and if you're a skirmishing Briar player, you should be going tunneler. Or just skirmishing player. So he opted for the Tiamat purchase, and then played for it. Your recalls have to make sense with your game plan. I buy Tiamat, I want to farm. I buy tunneler, I want to fight. So very smart right there. He hits the scryer to check and see if Jax skipped his wolves to go for a dragon. Not too bad. Common high elo play is to play for the first dragon really hard sometimes. Let me turn down the music. To be honest, this song is... Alright, we're good. Alright. So yeah, he played for the Tiamat. He got the full clear. He's almost level 6 now because he got one crab and 2 full clears. Sweeping his way into the gank. And as you can see, he's not showing at all on enemy vision. Now to look at this wave state, his bot lane has a... This isn't a freeze because his next wave will come in and they will stack on these minions and push. This actually is a slow push to them. So there is no better time to fight for his bot lane than right now, before the minions get too much and then basically enemy team can just stand at their turret. So he just starts the dragon with that prio. Again, really smart. Now right here you can see his bot lane is getting ganked now. So what does he do? Now this is a Briar situation we all have found ourselves in. So he's used a full iteration of W. And does he just play for the dragon or does he play for the fight? He looks like he's going to completely drop the dragon. Plays for this, okay. Now, if you look at what he just did, he's trying to dodge their vision because he doesn't know if this is warded or this, right? Or if this got rewarded by Jack. So as his team runs away from this gank, which is awesome, his team's playing well, he tries to slide through where they can't see, get into the bush, and then he plays for the counter gank. Now, as you can see, red team still hasn't seen him yet. And as Leona goes in, that's when you want to show, because Leona cannot turn around now. As you can see, picture perfect. Enemy team goes forward. This is what we call the catch you lacking. Okay, this is what I call catch you lacking. Let's go back a little bit. And the usual idea is that you don't want to just WQ onto a Jax, because he should just E or Q and then you lose the spell. But what does he do? He actually goes forward after Jax uses Q. He did not before. He doesn't W to kill anyone else. Wait for Jax to use his Q. And then immediate WQ when you're in range. You have to get close enough so that you can start W then Q. Not W, wait, and then Q. So it's easier to react. He gets close enough that he can start both animations. That's really smart and really key. Immediately buffer E. Try and put him into the wall. I like this. I think the best possible thing to do here is actually do not full charge the E. Do a half charge. Because if you half charge, you'll hit him with the slow and you won't knock him too far back. Because as you can see, that angle can be mean to you at times. Now Jax... Ooh, okay, wait a second. This Briar has some sauce. Now this Jax has phase rush and celerity, so he's running at the speed of sound here. Yeah, I mean, he's doing it a ton. As you can see, he gets that Nimbus Cloak, celerity, phase rush, he's out of there. Briar got level 6 off the Leona kill or minions, immediately levels up, shoots ult, misses. But how clean was that? This guy's kind of saucy. So now he's threatening the dive onto their bot lane because, again, they had that slow push. Talk about wave management. Now you have to play around it, right? You saw your team had a slow push. Now you have to make sure they get that wave in and deny it from team. So as he stepped up right there, or right here, that was to deny them trying to defend this, which is good. He should be on dragon. He is. Again, you want to use that prio, get this dragon done, so then you can play for topside. Because it is very likely that as you're doing dragon, their team's jungler will go to your top side, because your top side is now up and defenseless. So their bot lane's trying to catch his team's support out. It seems like enemy Leona just... I mean, they ran out... Ooh, wait, this Nautilus is kind of saucy. Early cancel on the E once you realize that it's not going to hit. WQ. He should play for the recall to defend his amps. He's going to greed the crab, but he's dropping tons of pings on his top side. Honestly, like, he must have a good recall coming up. So I guess he's looking for... Tunneler and boots would be 1450. Let's see what he gets. Oh, I see. So he's actually playing for a mid gank here. So what is this mid gank? This mid gank just looks like this. Oh, okay. So one thing that he did, he noticed that Ryze used phase rush and goes to immediately punish it. Once phase rush is on cooldown, a lot of these really defensive champs lose their ability to play the game, basically. Now, should he go for these raptors or not? Obviously not. Why not? Because Jax took the recall when you zoned him off bot side. You haven't spent your money yet. So if you look at the recall, Jax spent 700 and Briar spent 1200 first recall. But how much did Jax spend following? Jax spent 1,000 gold. So this is 1,700 versus 1,200. That's not good. You'd never want to fight with this much money. So what does he do? As you can see, Jax is actually walking all the way around to catch the Briar on his raptors. This Briar has two options here. You can take the recall right now, get Tunneler boots, and go fight for grubs. Or you can full clear for full Titanic. Titanic is 2,100 gold right now. Objectively, I think it's better to not give anything to enemy junglers. So taking the recall immediately after you gank mid, going for tunneler boots, and then fighting for those grubs is likely better. But this guy seems pretty greedy, so if he's given grubs, he's likely playing for... Okay, he's going for Titanic plus boots, so he might recall at 2,400 then. Let's see. Titanic boots, pink word. Yep. So he just, I mean, he played for the strongest thing in the game, right? Titanic at 10 minutes is really good. So let's get it reacquainted with the map. So his mid laner got prio, walked top lane to gank their top lane. So that means that he knows that enemy mid laner is still here and his bot lane's recalling. So what should he do? Well, he has no camps up, so he shouldn't go to that. So go defend the nearest turret. Don't give any money for free. Plates are a ton of gold, free experience dying. So enemy Katarina doesn't, or allied Katarina doesn't have TP. So he blasts the wave. Angles his Titanic really smart. Now, you just saw Rise retreat into bottom side Fog War, so you need to start pinging your team off. So look at him go. He's already dropping the exact route that Rise is going, and as you can see, Rise is there. So I would call his support cooked here. I would call his support pretty cooked. Nice. He drops his own pink ward, destroys this, and he basically has two options where he can look to cut off the Rise that they just saw here, or he can just run to their top side. Both plays are pretty good. Or he can hover for the bot side dive, which is pretty unlikely. Okay, so he played to cut off the Rise, but I think this is interesting. If you look at this play, look at his vision. See what he does. We see his Rise, sees Varus moving up, kills that ward, and then immediately sees him. Look, he's gone. He's running for his life. And that is like the biggest jungle lesson, but biggest Briar lesson is you need to count players, right? If they just had 4 people down here, no one's hitting this wave. Did all 4 of them really recall? Did one walk 3 recall? Be real. Come on now. No, they didn't. They're looking for another pick. Now he's walking into them, so he must have a plan. Okay. Goes for a big E. Enemy Jax plays it well. Jax flies over the wall. He puts on damage. Oh, I see. Okay, so he was playing for him and Katarina win the 2v3 with Nautilus coming. I think he could have angled his E better if I'm nitpicking. I like Eing up better here. So he should have been ready for them to be in that bush and immediately be buffering E now. Admittedly, they kind of caught him lacking, is what it is. Good buffered E, though. Not bad. Good slide. He has no flash, so if they follow him, they do. He puts on all the damage he can, but as you can see, Katarina, reset 1. Katarina, reset 2. Playing for your Katarina is not bad. His Katarina was 4-0 before this, so I get it. It's a solo queue strat. He's playing solo queue. Makes sense. And his Tristana gets there, so that was 3 for 1, so that was a smart play. If he was predicting that it would play out that way and made that play, can't blame him. If that was sheer luck, welcome to solo queue. Get lucky sometimes. So immediately we can see that Dragon is spawning under a minute. Really good. What should he do? You have 2 options when Dragon spawns. You can either be there early and fight enemy team for this space. So get a pink ward down here, and if they try and enter this space, you fight them for it. Because you're up, let's see, 700 gold here, 12.5, or yeah, 1,200, 2K. You could fight for the space. He opts to see, all right, so he's pinging on the way to the Dragon, but going top, so he's likely full clearing down. His bot lane is knee deep in their jungle, so he's starting to pivot up. He would likely be just full clearing. His top side did die. Ooh. Okay, enemy Jax steals his crab, so let's slow this down a little bit. So he started pivoting up because the bot side was on enemy Jax's Raptors. Now, let's see what happens. Let's go all vision here. Okay. So enemy Jax actually smite steals his crab. Now he engages. Now this is important. This is where good Briars are defined from great. If he uses Titanic or Q into Jack's Counter-Strike, he trolls. He has Titanic coming up. Titanic is up. If he uses Q or Titanic right now, he trolled. Okay, so he held it. Really smart. Now he can try and look for Jax on the wind back. Not every Jax would have Phase Rush. If Jax had Conqueror here, he'd be like, you know, right here, and maybe he could get an easier Q. Runs it out. That's good. Okay, wait. This guy might be a demon. Now look at how smart this guy is. Let's talk about vision clips real quick. So in League, right, vision is such a... It's kind of not obvious how it works, but as you can see, vision clips exist. These little corners basically define what you can see. So there's a reason that this word can't see here. It's because it's blocked by this terrain, right? That's a simple way to put it. Same thing right here. This word can't see right here, although it's only like an inch away, because it's a vision clip. It clips off the vision. So he's going to abuse this on Jax, I'm pretty sure. And look at how sweet this is. So Jax is actually abusing it on him right now with a ward over. So look, he didn't even see Jax till he already smited. So that is what it is. Engages with W as the bait. Doesn't use anything. But look at enemy Jax's vision. Look what he does. So wait, we'll watch it. We'll watch what Briar does first. Watch. He runs and stands. Oh, this guy's kind of nasty. Now go back there. So watch. Now this is Jax's POV of what enemy Briar just did. Okay. So look, let's just watch this. I think it's like Control-Shift-C. What is it? Okay, there you go. Watch this. Look, he pivots like he's going to this team fight, but he just stays in that one pixel and then finds the fight onto Jax with no E. That was pretty disgusting. That was very well played. And then obviously he's just going to fly over this wall. Yeah. Standard Briar stuff. That is very sick. That was very sick. Very high elo understanding of vision there. That was really good. You guys definitely learned something right there. Nice. Go right to the objective. He's likely going to play for the grubs too here. Just give them nothing. He hits Raptors likely for level 10, or at least a chance of getting level 10. Moving up for the grubs. Again, really smart movement. Look at this guy's movement really quick. So we're going to check enemy team's vision. So you saw he gets into the grub pit, okay? Let's look at red side vision. Do they ever see him? And look at how good that movement is, right? He's able to get into spots that you might not see because he's aware of common word places and the fact that that crab, it's never worth showing for free. That's the essence of jungle. You are the X factor. You are the, you know, the trump card, if you will. Okay, wait, we got an ultimate this game, so let's look at the fight. Spot lane is sending it towards their mid lane to kill mid. Their support's coming through. Their Jax is coming in to kill Tristana. Jax is on one full item, so could. Snipes the angle. Now, I do like this angle. How did he get the vision for it? Okay, he got it through this, so let's see what he sees. So you can see he's actually already pinging this. Okay, so he shot ult away from terrain. So you do not shoot this ult straight line through terrain, through this to try and land it onto your Tristana. You gotta remember where people can walk. They can only walk here. So shooting the ult through this active space is better than through this terrain. As you can see, look at how pixel perfect this guy's ults are. And you can't even dodge that. That is very sick understanding. He's going to slide through. Yeah, standard stuff. Tear him down. Good play. Goes back to his full clear like it's nothing. See how much money he has. He has a lot of money, so likely he doesn't want to gank. Probably just going to defend top turret. His top laner just died. One thing that's really cool about top lane is like, so one of the, like, so two top laners queued up. One of them gets to win, right? They both didn't get to interact. One of them just wins. This game looks okay. It is over. Okay. Well, there you go. So that's the essence of high elo jungling, is that you are rewarded so much for understanding your matchups, where you'll have prio before it happens, and making those informed decisions. And this player does it great while also ironing out some of the best Briar mechanics ever. Really smart gameplay, really good understanding of vision and just jungle pathing, how to play fights. I mean, reading his win con. I mean, very smart player. So that was honestly very sick. It sucks that this game was 15 minutes. But it was chock full, and we get to keep it quick. So maybe we'll check this guy out again sometime. Nice. I hope you enjoyed this style of video. It's a little bit different for me, but I had a lot of fun doing it. And it's pretty cool to be able to just give you guys the tips and tricks rather than give you me playing a build and a game and the tips and tricks, just to flat out look at a VOD and tell you the cool stuff. So have a good one. Thank you so much. Peace.